Hello, vicarious mercenaries, proxy ninjas, and pop culture PhDs. Welcome to the Rec Room. So we're back for Metal Monday. We haven't had one in a while, so we can finally say that big stompy robots are back for a little bit. Hope everything's going well. Hope you had a good weekend. Kind of give me a little out of the ordinary this week. Got some family stuff going on, so workflow is going to be heavily impacted. So I'm like, you know what? Better seize the opportunity I got, do some streaming with you, and then we'll just see where things go from there. So if you are new to the Rec Room, this is the coolest corner of the internet where you get the rundown on what's going on here with Enforcer Media Productions, whether that be project updates or creative insights, and you also get the breakdown on what makes our favorite franchises tick in the form of commentary and the long-running video game deep dives. So here is the place to be for a front row seat of what it's like to build a franchise from scratch without industry support against all of the never-ending things of internet saturation and algorithms and stuff like that. So I definitely got to say motivation has obviously been impacted over the last month or two, but that's just because I found that things are a little bit more effective at the ground level, so we'll still be working on that kind of thing, but I'll get to the schedule here in a second. So I thought we were going to have a new follow to celebrate over on Odyssey, but apparently it has come and gone since the last time we even did an episode. So usually behavior like that probably suggests a fake account. Not that we've seen as many, I think, on Odyssey, but if you have no new content, I mean, so clearly somebody took interest but would have had to click on something else or said, "Oh, well, there's not enough new content. I'm out." Because otherwise, usually you'd think people would be like, "I'm tired of getting all the notifications," or "Oh, that content doesn't resonate with me anymore." So it's just kind of weird that we had one come and go since. So either fake account or just maybe wasn't what somebody was looking for. I don't know. Well, this is not fully a chameleon stream. It's not like we can be all things to all content preferences. So we're gonna keep rolling with what we got here. Not going to be a whole lot of workflow updates this week, and obviously don't have much new to report on since last time. So down to 90 pages on the first draft of book 2 in the firewall protocol. So that is good. We are down under triple digits finally. So I'm going to get a little nervous here in a few weeks because everything has been nice and structured for the last year or so. Because it's like, hey, set the benchmark of working on X number of pages a day, but what's going to happen is I can probably set a threshold, which will have to be much higher for rereading and doing grammar fixes, but because I still have to identify key things I need to insert, where, and how much I want to flesh things out without getting crazy on the length, that's going to be a little bit more inconsistent. So that still has to be done, hopefully within the next couple months to follow. So that's where things are currently at with that. Also, as of today, the next batch of prints is finally done for. I got a couple thread jacks things going, so I've got a fix for one Jill Valentine print, and then I've got the casual done, which is probably her next most iconic costume. And then I finally got a character rep from Code Geese, and those, if I get the order in soon enough, should be available at our next show, which is going to be the Chippewa Valley High School Holiday Band Art Fair, I think it's called, or something thereby. And if so, we'll have that, have some copies of Ascendant Chaos, of course, with the usual t-shirts, and some Aladdin 3477 stuff, which would be pretty cool. This will be our first holiday show coming up. So as always, you can always keep tabs on that through the Linktree account. I do my best to keep our next upcoming shows there, and usually whether that be a Facebook link or the page to the event itself, try to find whichever one is the most informative in terms of location and times and things like that. And beyond that, not too much going on. Weekend was just chock full of the usual anime catch up. I've actually, because things are a little more quiet this quarter, I've been revisiting a lot of things. It's actually more interesting to talk about this one tonight. So with Code Geass being one of my, or actually my ultimately, it's not often I can say that something is the top of list for my favorites, but in terms of anime, Code Geass still does not have a contender for second place. Now going into top 5 and 10, it's the battle for position. But I don't have many mecha anime that I'm really into, and even Code Geass I didn't get into it because of the mecha element, but the other one I enjoyed, which is actually just a season one-off, and it's about a 10-year-old show at this point, called Buddy Complex. It had some time travel elements to it, had some good character dynamics. I think I'd only watched it about a couple times over the last decade or so, so I felt like, it's time to check that out again. Um, and then I think a couple weeks ago, I kind of was revisiting Don Maki or Don Machi, however people want to prefer it. A couple more recent seasons because there's a lot of things now which now that I know that they're established franchises I like, now I'm constantly looking for, okay, when's the next season? Try to keep tabs because some of them are finally establishing themselves some decent story quality. The other interesting one that's going on right now, I think I've mentioned it, but it's just that the uh, it's got such a long title, it's hard for me to remember. Campfire Cooking in Another World with My Absurd Skill. So that's in its second season, and it's a few episodes in already. It's still pretty entertaining for being the medieval comedy kind of thing going on. But pop culture wise, not a whole lot else going on out there. I actually browsed movies the other day, and it's kind of like the local theaters have far more movies in the retro category or the holiday category, whether it be Halloween, Christmas, or just legacy movies to bring people in because it sure seems like there is not enough movie content coming out, or really there's enough people that got burnt out on Hollywood at this point that they can't draw people in. I think other than Tron or Predator entries, there's not even anything to catch my attention to even check the trailer out on. You know what? I'd be remiss if I did not mention a big piece of news this week, which I'm sure most people have probably heard about if they're anywhere near the genre, is that Halo is finally coming over to PlayStation. And I've got mixed feelings on that, just because I was heavily. If there was a franchise that I was heavily invested into, like, it was kind of like oxygen for content consumption at the time. The first and foremost would be Mortal Kombat because that was like so many years for so long over a couple different age periods of life. The second one to do that probably would have been Halo. The thing is, that wasn't until I was in college, and man, did I spend weekends upon weekends upon more weekends playing that with friends. And I was heavily invested into that franchise up and through Halo Reach. Halo 4 ended up being the turd that finally broke the camel's back. Um, so I've parted ways ever since 343 took over, and so I'm a little bit skeptical on how to interpret whether that's going to be a quality product or not. The trailer itself makes it look gorgeous, but because certain portions of franchise are kind of integral, that you've got to have all the entries. So in the case of Bungie Halos, at a minimum, you'd have to say Halo 1, 2, and 3 and ODST would all need to deserve the same treatment to get the full experience. But right now, like with Gears of War, there's only going to be one entry for the time being. There was already some mixed feedback on Gears of War about whether it's true to color palette and style and things like that. And I'm just kind of curious and wonder how much that would happen to Halo, because they are expanding the campaign to have four-person multiplayer now, or co-op, I should say, not multiplayer, not versus anyway. And there's going to be some new missions, so some of those things are kind of intriguing. And like the experience we went through with Ninja Gaiden this year, the changes by putting on a new engine are absolutely amazing. Now, I did see in the comments something about people looking at it like thinking it's generative AI doing that, which wouldn't surprise me. I know developers are leveraging it, and of course, not a fan there. So I don't know if it's a for sure thing. I mean, obviously, I already held off on doing Ninja Gaiden 4 last week. Something's really got to check all the boxes to be a award-winning, not an award-winning, but I'd say I call it award-winning, just the fact it gets purchased. We've had so many other lesser than AAA titles which have definitely filled the satisfaction meter, whether that be for strategy or visual or humor and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's all I got for pop culture. So we're continuing on with season 2 of MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries. And it's been, I think, 3 weeks since we last worked on anything because we've had some frustrations in between with schedule, with technical difficulties. And I think that one of the tough things here with MechWarrior, and we are on season 6, which I called Split Check, because where we left off, I've finally come to realize that there's different outcomes for some of these missions. You end up picking one person you want to take the contract for, but you end up with a different result set. Usually they're about 3 missions long. And I think I've always gone with like the lesser selection the first 2 playthroughs I did of this game. So I want to go to the beefier employer for the contract. But at the same time, though, it's like now I want to compare the difference of like, okay, what do you give you if you do this one? But what we'd have to do is go back and play a different one. So I think that's the plan for tonight. We're actually going to go back in time after maybe completing those 3 missions and see what the difference is. So that's going to be something a little interesting. We'll find out how that goes. But that's the plan. So we will do a little bit of backtracking and then maybe see if we want to stick with one outcome over the other. So here we go. Finally going to resume some progress here. And of course, we are pretty early in the game, so we did a restart after getting the Shadow of Kerensky DLC. And I see we got a new follow over on Twitch, so thank you for joining us. Much appreciated. So, Demonican Grim. Okay, good to meet you. Welcome. Checking in on the chat. Glad to have you. Are you a MechWarrior fan, player, spectator? High Battletech knowledge? Because I'm like probably nowhere near that category. Alright, so here we go. Let's figure out where we left off. Well, I mean, I know where we left off, but we'll have to... I'm going to have to get reacclimated here. Fan and player, excellent. Okay, cool. Yeah, I've gleaned a lot of knowledge from people who've joined us over the last couple of years with doing MechWarrior, because other than the games on the original Xbox and this one, I feel like there's just so little I know compared to the vast size of the BattleTech franchise. And I appreciate how much they've been pouring out new content for this one. I don't know if pouring it's not like a fire hose, but they've been adding new stuff, so it's been cool that they did that. So let's take a look at the map. So I don't think we picked the employer yet, so I think this is what's going to have to happen. So we're going to end up having to go over here. I'm going to do a save right before we pick one, and then I'll see if I can knock the missions out on this episode. If not, we'll see how it goes after that. In one of the more recent DLCs, they switched over to calling these the high reward quests, which basically a glorified way of saying, no, it's more of a campaign quest compared to the others, or at least a little bit more scripted. So that's kind of the plan there. So we're getting a little closer to those other industrial hubs. So Grim also saying that the mods make a good game into a great game, and that honestly is one of the things I'm a little bit envious of that I don't have access to, because I mean, we're just now getting on to PlayStation 5. I did our first season on PS4, and I used to make mods for a couple other games, like a fighting game and XCOM and stuff, and so that would be a hardcore distraction if I ever got into that, because I know that there are fantastic mods for this game, and it seems like that would be like a crack addiction as far as video game content goes. Okay, so here's the comparisons. This is going to be our first split mission. I think in the past I'm always like taking on the Robin Hood approach of helping out the farmers, but now that I'm paying attention to this after having some time on the game, they only show that you get 2 rewards versus working for spears here. This one doesn't even show you getting any cash, so I'm like, is this one better because you get a mech, or is this one better because you get a bunch of stuff? So we're going to go ahead and take care of a save here, because I want to try to, in a way, make this a multi-purpose thing. If anybody ever wants to go look for, like, hey, what's the mission outcome? Well, at least we'd have a video reference. I don't know how other streamers on, like, YouTube are like, hey, what's the difference between these 2 missions? It's like, well, most people are just going to play and carry on. I don't know how much they break that kind of stuff down. Okay, so Catesville? I don't know how to pronounce that. Or at least I can see several different ways how to pronounce that. 06. And we're going to put split A. There we go. Oh, I can't make it any longer. Okay. We'll leave it as such. I'll have, you know what? No, there's a different way I can do this. Be a little redundant here. Oops. And I get stuck on such a long planet name. Okay. I think I got just enough characters here. There. Nope. OCD time. There we go. That'll fit. At least I know. And I can delete that one. Lost track how many times we had to delete saves on this one. On Season 1. Alright, there's Fahad. We got our save done. Let's go take this contract first and see what we get. So, Grim, what kind of mods bubble to the surface as favorites? Okay, so are we now going to have to go to a different location here? So we took the contract, now he's going to move us. Jerk. Alright, so we're going to... Well, that's not too bad. We started out with a demolition contract, but... Oh, I did get a fire starter since we restarted on PS5. That's good. Good. Okay. So I guess we're flying out of here. Thanks for wasting our fuel there, Spears. Alright, so here's the first of 3, I believe, because usually they're about 3. So difficulty 14, not a big deal. Tonnage 160, I think we got the pilots now. I'm a little rusty since it's been a couple weeks. So yeah, that's what's interesting. It's just pitting the two factions against each other, so we would have ended up taking it for the coalition of farmers. So we can't ignore the local militia, which are composed of native farmers. Yeah, see, that's the thing here, is that the politics of this, like, yeah, so you're working for Spears, who's more or less an opportunist, versus the natives, who are like, why are you attacking us? We didn't do anything wrong. I would not normally take on a mission like this if not for the curiosity, because I always typically do a first playthrough, to use Mass Effect terms, to be like the Paragon path. So we'll get some coverage. It's demolition, so we're not going to expect much out of salvage. We'll max out cash, I guess.
The mission area is under heavy weather warning.
Oh,
it's
not
going
snow.
to affect visibility and sensors.
Alright, do we have any other pilots? No. And nobody's in school. School is now in session. Alright, so he's got the affinity for Jenner. And this must have been the other one we picked up, and I hate the Centurions, so that's why he's stuck with it, and I'm using my fire starter. Okay, here we go. I just love how the textures are so much better over the prior version. A lot more reflective stuff. As long as they improve something. I'm sure mods, like, probably crazy texture increases.
This is going to be a dirty job.
Dirty.
Get in there and take out the militia garrison. Doing so should allow us to get the supplies we're so desperate for.
Oh, we're desperate. Take out the innocents. Yeah, of course they have to paint it as them, like, well, they got a militia, therefore they must be, it's justifiable at taking it, versus if, like, oh, they're just farmers. No. Alright, which way do I want to go around here?
I'll leave the rest of the demolition job up to you, Commander.
Yeah, this won't take long, I don't think. I'm not even concerned about you, Panther. You can get in front of me all you want. Got me the fire starter. You're lucky I don't have 6 machine guns yet. It's interesting, it's snowing, but it hasn't collected on the ground yet.
Keep on smashing. They are hurt, but our contract calls for us to wipe them off the face of this system.
Yes, them evil farmers.
Integrity of this place is down.
So we'll take out that billboard. Flashbacks to Just Cause. Actually, I don't want flashbacks to Just Cause. Because so redundant without the payout for the satisfaction. 28%. Just walk. Hey, get out of my way.
This area is on its last legs, Commander.
want to fight anybody in the process or not? 4%. What's left? What did he do? How did he get wrecked already? If he died, I gotta redo it. What are these idiots doing? I put you in a mech to use it, not fall over. See, look, that's how it's done. Except I'm losing stuff. Oh, it's on the list, huh? I'm losing stuff. What did I lose now? Another arm? So, Coyote modes, many new mission types. That's interesting. So, a lot of YAML mods, equipment, mech internals, engine mods, battle computers. Wow, that sounds cool. The Von Commander, Von Biomes, and FX mods are like WarFX turns wrecks and damages smoking battlegrounds. Wow. You know, and I do appreciate that the developers for this. Why was I getting that flag? You know, kept the game open enough for that, because so many developers are like, nah, we don't want people tinkering with their stuff. I respect developers that at least allow the community to go to other places that they cannot. Alright, where is it? That's what I... Oh, there was two of them. That's why I flickered. And it cost me trying to stop for these. Yeah, the only way that I'd have access is enduring a hamster wheel again and throwing money at a PC, because obviously, you know, it would have been nice if consoles had access to them, but then you'd have to go through all kinds of certification and checks and things getting turned down. Oh, he went down too? Man, this one's gonna cost me. Great. This will have been an expensive run. Thanks, Spears. As long as they're not dead, I'll keep it and then just pay the cost out if it's not too bad.
The garrison is down, but... well, I don't think there's enough here. These facilities are pretty bare. We're going to likely need to hit another target.
So we leveled it for nothing. And we left all their guys intact. Yeah, one of the things I love the most is like watching all the choppers fall. So that sounds really cool if you have the things leaving, like all the particle effects. That'd be neat. Alright, so access to a generator for 14 points, which we don't have. Took 3 million of damage? That better be based on the cost in system. Now here's a medium laser. I'm taking whatever I can get here. Ooh, level 1 machine gun. Okay. Hold the phone. They're both dead. You gotta be kidding me. I can't do it like that. Be down 2 pilots and 3 million worth of damage. I smell redo. Thanks, goofballs. Wasn't expecting that. Alright, at least try from there. Yeah, cough, reload. Uh-huh. Exactly. I'm not somebody who plays XCOM without save access, so I am not a chicken when it comes to save scum, if necessary. Now, sometimes if it's reasonable damage, you can live with it, but yeah. That was a little too costly, especially this early in the game. Alright, so I think they died because I left the mechs wandering around while we were shooting, so I guess I gotta play a little bit more offense this time. Which usually doesn't need to happen. Later in the game, I'll be running through these areas with just the fire starter and can have it destroyed by the time anything else is damaged. It's gonna be such low level right now that nobody's got any constitution. No backbone.
Take out the militia garrison. Doing so should allow us to get the supplies we're so desperate for.
Has jump jets. So what did I lose? A laser? So I initially lost a medium and a small laser in the arm. That wouldn't have been too big a deal on mine, but the fact that the other two mechs got obliterated, not helpful.
I'll leave the rest of the demolition job up to you, Commander.
Alright, let's draw them out this time. We'll take out the Blue Panther. Oh, you got the PPE or PPC, huh? I don't really care. Alright, get out of my way. See, there's one. Oh, is this guy's wannabe enforcer? Alright, let's go for the medium first here. Oh, is he gonna jump on me? Listen, Mario. Not a Goomba. You ain't got much left, do you? There, you're done. Take out the Jenner. I don't know what's up with this feedback again. Is it because my frame is red? Because I'm not overheating. I mean, the controller blinked red for a second. I'm like, well, no, definitely not overheating like I was doing with the other mechs.
We're making progress, but still have a long way to go. Keep at it, everyone.
Well, at this point, everything else collateral damage. I'm actually destroying stuff in the process, hitting on them. I'm gonna run around the hill.
You've managed to demolish about half of the target's buildings. Crack on, Commander.
I'm doing on ammo. I'm fine on ammo. Oh, there's another one. I thought there was more than just the initial set. How are you still losing something? I'm taking out all the enemies, you clown. There. Or is he talking about the other one? There we go. Oh, it's even doing critical. Okay, now let's get out of here. It's a spider tank. It's got some serious tread. Okay, well, that should be a lot less damage this time. Now, probably not going to get the salvage, but that's okay. Oh, yeah, now there's more coming in.
Detecting targeted battle mech in the area.
That's really. I don't remember which one I needed for the job.
Nearly there, Commander. Approach
There's a salvage.
to pick it up.
I'm detecting unidentified mechs in the area. Moving in to investigate.
That's close enough. Ready to start pickup operation.
Target mech, which, you know what?
Payload acquired.
He's just a widow guy.
Enemy mech destroyed.
And is my arm, so is my arm. Is it supposed to be sparking like that? Okay, we got the salvage and hopefully got the one that was for the job, right? Because what's this other one chasing us? Oh, I didn't get it? I don't really want to fight this thing. Come on. Well, he's on the way.
Excellent find, Commander. Beginning recovery now.
Alright, whatever. It's not like I have the salvage points to take him anyway. Okay, that was a better run. Yeah, it was Locust was the one that was in question. Okay.
The garrison is down, but
We'll live with that.
well, I don't think
We
there's
can
enough
live with
here.
that.
These facilities are pretty bare. We're going to likely need to hit another target.
These snow and sparks throwing me off. Alright. Better be under 500. Yeah, there we go. It's 400. Oh, and we got some better stuff to pick from this time. Good. Yes, I will take more machine guns, thank you very much. And because I don't see any decent lasers. Alright, we'll live with that. Definitely going to live with that. Surviving pilots, minimal damage, which is covered by insurance. Okay, so there's the part 2. I guess I'll accept it so it tells us where to go. So the farmers are pushing back and say, we got no quarrel with you. So they actually say, tell us what you need, we'll provide you what you're looking for. Okay. Star map. Where are we going next? Okay, so I'll go down here. You know what? No, I'm gonna... Let's see, we're gonna spend 100 in gas. We'd spend 100 way more to do the repairs versus... We spend the... Oh, so I even lost a medium laser on that. I don't think I'm going to save enough by flying out of the way and using the gas. Or the fuel. I'll just repair here in system. Yeah, that's probably going to chew up the clock by the time we're done. So I don't think we're going to be able to buy anything, really. No medium laser. I guess I'm going on without a laser then. So it's a raid contract. Alright, here we go. Okay, repairs are done. Do a save. Planet Quincy. 06 02, and I'm not going to mark the split until I restart another one, so save me typing each time. Okay. Here we go. On our client's shopping list, he says. So we're wrecking their comms, huh? That's interesting how they went up, even though we attacked them, their friendly behavior went up commensurate with interstellar expeditions. So, don't know how all that works. So let's maybe go a little more coverage this time. Since it's a raid, maybe more salvage. At least doing okay on gas and quarterly payment for the moment. Gonna need another pilot here so we can actually get up to tonnage. Yep, yeah, I'm definitely missing a laser. Disappointing. So that means I have no other medium lasers then? If it didn't even find a lesser level? Yeah, it's not going to let me repair it from here, but whatever. Oh, loadout would be the thing. Change loadout. So there's like a 12 medium lasers. What did I lose? Oh, I lost it at level 2. Ouch. Alright, if I have you replace that, how long are you going to take for repairs? Okay. 6 days, 2K. Yeah, we'll do that. Starting flat-footed.
Planet's communication systems. Once we do that, the Farmers Militia will be in the dark, and our salvage team can grab what we need. Remember, it's us or them.
Us.
Once you've found the targeted asset, move up to it, and we'll begin the recovery procedure.
No ballistics.
Package acquired.
The trees are throwing this off from me in the desert one. I like the ones that got the palm trees and stuff, and some of the desert canes are pretty cool. This has got a little bit more of the Arizona kind of thing going on. Oh, there's another one. Throwing all kinds of salvage at me. Wonder if they increase the ratio. Is that a cheeseburger sign? Wow. I mean, you have the first location yet.
Armored vehicle spotted.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Yeah!
Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Good work, Commander. That's one less target.
She gave me the confirmation before it actually fell. A little disconnect there. Alright, now these should be a little bit closer together.
New target Panther.
Tango down.
Done.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Enemy destroyed.
Scratch that target off the list.
Okay, so that one's done already. One target.
Forces are being deployed near you.
Target acquired.
Got another one.
I guess, no, I don't need to cut through there. Takes us away from the objective.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Cicada, yeah. You cannot run circles around me forever.
Target destroyed.
I warned you.
Target acquired. Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Oh, we got something on the right. Oh, not the urban.
Target destroyed.
Target neutralized.
What am I doing on damage here? Tree dwelling panther. At least they ain't looking at me. Let's get a headshot in there somewhere, eh?
Target acquired.
Okay, that's everything.
Target destroyed.
Pop-up turret. A good spot for Rihanna to park on a cliff. Leopard on a string.
Walk on up to the
Oh,
trailer
we'll take
to
that.
pick it up.
Never paid much attention to the billboards before. What does it say? Dynamics Mining Company? Yeah. I don't know if those were there before. I just didn't notice because of clarity, or if they changed any of that.
All right. The system is officially offline. We're moving in to gather the supplies.
So now I think it may give us a chance to still align with the farmers, but still want to go to the end result here with spears, and then we'll try the other path. We are no longer unknown. We are now regular. We've been eating plenty of fiber. Alright, yep, not enough salvage for new hardware, but got some level 1 lasers here. Might as well take the level 1 large. Take all the smalls that I can. Of course, boost the insurance, get less damage. Or take less damage. Oh, so it's only a two-parter. Well, job is done, end results. Salvage crews discovered surplus heat sinks, etc., etc., etc. You're new at this, so we'll offer you some free advice. Oh, thank you there, Mr. Spears. This dude's trying to justify kicking the little guy. It's a hard place. Sometimes you'll need to get your hands dirty. Okay, so I mean, I don't think the other side gave us any money, but the pulse laser's not really all that compelling. So at this point, this would be the end conclusion of that. So let me try to figure out how I'd want to manage this. So that's good. That's only 2 parts, so that way when we test the other one, same episode. Alright, episode 603. So let's go. Nope. Probably can fit this in here because it's not a longer name. SAN. Okay. Now, I would technically have to go... Did I already pick the level at this point? I just overwrote it. I'm an idiot. Oh, so stupid. I'm such an idiot. Alright. We're gonna fix that. Alright, star map. Go over to here. Alright, so we're gonna leave that alone. Actually, you know what? No, I'm going to select this. There is a method to the madness here. Save. Re-overwrite this one. Now, load. Entering the system. Okay. Now we will side with the farmers. Okay, now save working for them. So 604 split B. Okay, now let's fly out of here. Where are they sending us? Oh, we can stay here, right? So yeah, so it's a defense contract. So if we didn't choose to attack them, who are we defending them against? Spears decide to take on the, continue on with the mission without us. She's not looking like she's having a good day. It's just random bandits, some randits. All right, so a little more coverage here. Let's do all that. Let's do all that. Probably not going to walk out with as much cash in this case. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll walk out of this without damaging my level 2 medium laser. Who knows? Flat-footed.
Right. We're gonna get to the agricultural complex.
Why? Who is this clown? Let me park me next to this guy.
I know it doesn't look like we'll be protecting much, but this is all these farmers have.
Wannabe. I just tried watching a bit of The Incredibles. I was like, buddy, the guy. I was like, I'm your biggest fan. I'm gonna be your sidekick. You're not affiliated with me. Alright, which side are they coming from? Oh yeah, by the way, don't step on stuff. Alright, hurry up and get here. There they are. Of course, you make it easy for me to run into the pipe here.
New target, Javelin.
Let's go, Knuckle Dragger. I'll spotted some mercenaries.
Hostiles on the approach.
So another one or just him? Of course he goes outside the wall.
Watch it out there.
Shut your mouth. You're not the one trying to make a disconnect. Twitch went down. Stand by. Everything else seemed to be normal. Hey, Chairman, good evening to you. I don't know how long you've been there. Sorry if I didn't catch you. I wonder if it didn't reload until the disconnect there. And back to the good old hardware technical issues. Yeah, I mean, I had the chat box open, so I don't know why it didn't refresh till just now.
Continuing to converge on your location. Stay frosty, Commander.
Supply depot has been leveled.
So it's been leveled, but still at 100%. Sure, guys.
Let's take that tank apart.
What tank? There's no tank over there.
Target acquired. Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Alright, there was one more. There it is. Yep. There we go.
Destroyed. Target acquired.
Scopes are lighting up with additional bogies, Commander.
How many we need? Can't see it. 5 out of 10.
New target, Jenner.
Lost a little more than that, pal. Okay, who's left?
Looks like you've got their attention. I'm showing multiple hostiles incoming on your position.
I don't want to spend all day waiting for him to get here.
New target,
Oh, that comes from both sides. Oh, if he's on the other side of the mountain, he can hurry up and get over here. I'm not going that way. That's not an immediate threat to the base. Not that our 97% health threshold doesn't matter, but... Avoid the structures, just trample all the crops.
Wasn't even worth celebrating, it was so easy.
target acquired.
Wow, big bad mercenary took out a tank. Concentrated fire right in the face.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
All right.
Missile.
Still got one more on this side.
New target, Spider.
Listen, fire spider, get off me.
Have to make do without that component.
Enemy mech destroyed.
I do without the mech, too. Called the fire starter, not the fire soaker. That's good to see the urban is still being utterly useless.
We've lost the critical supplies house.
Well, perhaps if you were doing something about it. Yeah, the noggin.
Nice shot. Focus.
No more signs of enemy forces.
Alright, there we go.
Good job, Commander. It
Alright,
feels nice to
now
stand
we're
up for the
splitting
little
two
guy.
parts here. I'll see if I can get this other one done and then chop the episode at that point. Alright. 50, nothing we can afford. Oh, they never gonna give us anything useful? Machine gun and some heat sinks. I don't want to level 0. Let's take the stuff I'm gonna sell. Virtually no damage. You really stuck into those vandals. Victor Vogel. Alright, where are they going to send us? Over to here. Hey, Macomb. Looks a little familiar. Alright, save first. Episode 0. What are we on? 5. SB. Alright, so that's probably the last one here. So if the other one only was a 2-parter, I'm hoping this one is 2 for consistency here. Except they got us on an assassination mission here. And they even increased the tonnage limit, so this one might have walked with a little bit more difficulty than the Spears version. Alright, yeah, let's go coverage for sure. You know, if we get a mech out of this, that's usually going to be the difference maker because... Oh, I didn't repair on the way over. Whoops. The other one, we got a lot more cash and some stuff. We already ranked up on the other one. And we end up getting a lot of salvage and some entries on the job quotas. So I guess this will determine whether we go with this one or the other, and I'm kind of inclined to go with the other right now. At least the overall progress was better. But if they gave me a crazy cool mech, I could be swayed the other direction. Here we go, deploying to Macomb 9, or IX if you can't read Roman numerals. DJ, drop a beat. Oh, we're on the moon, huh?
Somewhere up ahead is the leader of Vogel's Vandals. Knowing these raider crews, once their leader is killed, their
mercenary
organization
bands
will
of
spiral
terrible
into
names.
chaos. Hopefully, that'll be enough to get them to leave our employers be.
Welcome to Brenda's Band of Bakers, the Mercenary Squad. Play some asteroids while we're at it and shoot some of those down.
Enemy vehicle spotted.
You don't say. I ain't waiting for it. Oh, look who it is. Victor von Vogelsen. Oh, a turret.
I got it.
Oh, that's not him. Where's he at? Oh, he went around the other side. Oh, there's more company. Push through. Go to the rocks. Chase this thing. Go down, Urban. So he's got a hunchback and friends. Oh, really? You get knifed in the back? Got a lot of friends. My ally should be working on something else. I think at this point I should just hit the main guy and get out of here. I took off his big toe. This is not likely an award-winning strategy here. Yeah, I already lost an arm. This guy's not going down. That's why there's a higher tonnage. Alright, skip that guy. Gotta go for the hunchback. Lost a machine gun. Let's get a headshot and move out of here. They're missing some arms. Ain't got much left. He's gone. Go.
Good work. I think the farmers in this region will be able to breathe a little easier today. Now let's pack it in before their friends
Oh, I'm
arrive.
going the wrong way. I was just trying to get out of there.
Target acquired.
Apparently that guy doesn't know how to use his mech as a battering ram.
Just walk up to it in order to pick it up.
Salvage too? Oh no.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Well, as well, since I'm already taking a
Target
beating.
destroyed.
Get up there.
That's close enough. Ready to start pickup operation.
Target destroyed.
Good,
Brilliant.
Yogi.
Payload acquired.
And mechs on our 6. So in this case, I lost both level 2 lasers. I only lost one on the other side.
Target destroyed.
Unidentified mechs in the area. Moving in to investigate.
Okay, so I guess the trick here is to do a save and then compare the end results. So, yeah, it doesn't look like from a job board standpoint you got anything extra there. Okay, but we still reached level 5. Okay. So, okay, well, that payout was put more into cash. Okay. They better give us something good. Okay, so level 1 replacement. Bunch of level 1s here. I guess let's take an AC5. Oh, I could technically afford the Urban. Of all the mechs I would almost never take, it seems like the Urban would probably be top of the list. So we took about 500 damage out of 800. Okay. Everybody's still alive, though. So they gave us a cicada. Yeah, that seems familiar. It's been so long since I played. I forgot, but I do remember having one of those. No words to express our thanks. We'll present you with this ancient battle mech. It might need some duct tape to hold it together. That's fantastic. So all we get is that and a thing of missiles. So we're at 6.48. Not as much progress on the job board. Okay. So let's do a save. This will be the end of that. Let's see. 06 06 S B end. Nope. End. Okay. So the trick to compare notes here is all we have on the board here is 4 J. Edgar units and 6.48 million. We still got some repairs to do. Oh, and we've got a cicada. So naturally, that's going to boost our quarterly payment. No other pilots yet. Oh, because of level 5, we must open up the rival Merc thing. Leave that alone for now. So let's go back to load the other one. So that would be the end here. Okay, so we have 8 million here. Obviously, the quarterly payment's not as high. And then we had 2 J. Edgars, 1 Locust, and so for the most part, I would say that Spears' side of the operation was more effective. We still got repairs to do, but probably shouldn't be too big of a deal. And I only lost a level 2 medium laser versus losing both level 2 medium lasers on helping the farmer side. So I guess it really kind of depends on, you know, player preference. Do you want to go for goodies? I mean, I was not too moved by the add-ons they gave us on either side, but we still ended up with more cash, likely either because of the mission outcome, taking less damage, or just however I played the stats on the, I forgot what you call those pre-mission selections. So, okay, so I'm gonna just leave it there because that way we got both sides on the same episode, barring the split in the file there because we got a disconnect. So I'll probably end up having to use the low-quality YouTube file there, but it gives us something to work with, and I will try to do those in the future as long as the missions don't get too crazy. That way, there's a reference for people seeing what kind of content there is on either side of the choice. So I got to put the mission names in the description and all that fun stuff. But yeah, glad I got some time in this week. So thanks to Demoniker and Grim for hanging out there on Twitch. Thanks for the new follow. And thanks to Chairman for joining us for a bit. Sorry if I didn't catch you. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the internet tonight. I made sure everything was doing what it was supposed to. But yeah, kind of weird. So, like as mentioned at the top of the show, not as many streams this week. Got some family stuff going on, so I'll have to see by the time we get around to Thursday. Maybe possibility of working on Tomb Raider some more. If not, maybe Friday. Maybe we'll get back to some Ninja Gaiden or some Elder Scrolls, but don't hold me to that. That could change. But I will be on when I can. So catch you guys next time. Have a fantastic one, and see you soon.